I made it. I finally made it. See this hat? Actually, they gave this hat to me for free last week. Actually, last week is when uh, I made it. I just found out today. The truck is mine. It's mine. I paid off the tractor and trailer last year, and then I had a $30,000 maintenance bill. And then just what, 3 months ago, it was down from $30,000 to like 3 months ago. Been paying it off, and then it was down to $900. It's coming down the home stretch, and I would have made that last $900 payment on my maintenance bill for the, out of my own pocket, right? I was just like, there it is. I even set up an appointment with, me and people at the company I work for, D&E Transport. We're gonna have a meeting and sign the papers, everything, except I almost lost a wheel. Sat in a hotel for just about a week, and then the tow bill costed $12,000. So at first it was $900, and I would have had the title, everything, but then it broke down, and with the tow bill and the repair, because they redid my whole front end, actually on one side. Yeah, that costed $13,000, like that, boom. All of a sudden I'm looking at that bill, I'm thinking, oh, come on. Keep on trucking, keep on trucking. And yeah, that's how it was going. I was keeping an eye on it. And today, I just finished this load like Southwest Chicago, from all the way from Salt Lake City. And I have a bad, what do you call it, tie rod. So I'm thinking I'm just going to take the weekend off and get that thing repaired. Then on the way over here, because I'm in Davenport right now, not Davenport, Walcott. So I'll get to you in a second. And I'm coming, and I decided I gotta call my bookkeeper, right? Called her up. She looked over my paperwork. She says, "You don't know anything." I'm thinking, what? You mean I paid it off and you didn't even tell me? And I told her, "Are you sure?" Like, well, what are these numbers for? Because I was still seeing $13,000 on there. And she says, "No, that's nothing. Don't worry about that. That's just a goal that, you know, for your escrow. So once you meet that, then you'll be really good. You have like $2,000 built up into that escrow again." I'm thinking, you just made my day. So yeah, this puppy's mine now. Oh, I gotta tell you, I've lived in this truck going on 7 years straight. I was determined to buy it. I was mule-headed about I'm going to buy this truck. And the maintenance, the non-stop, the weather, my back going out, Abigail getting sick, and family fights and all this, like, lost my ranch, like, I'm going to keep on going, keep on going. Let me see. Oh, there, Barry. How's it going, Barry? Um, Hold on, let me put this on, okay? Let me put my glasses on. Yeah, I got my magnifying glass there too, but I'll just put these. And I'm not even tired. I'm full. I went over there, I thought, you know what, I'm going to celebrate. So I went and just had myself, I got groceries. I thought, I'm going to have myself a nice dinner. So I'm stuffed. Well, I see your first place, Barry, so good. Let me see. What's up, homie? Yeah. It's only money. Abigail doesn't need treats. Tell her that. Them are fighting words. She'll bite you for that one. Cool, $2,000 worth of Abigail treats. Chewy.com. Yeah, I gotta tell you though, I've been busting my butt. Just I look back and when I first got this truck, I was heartbroken. Even Abigail didn't even want to be out here because I just lost my boyfriend. He was like, I'm gonna buy me a truck, and I didn't think it would take me 7 years, but actually it didn't take me 7 years. It took me about 5 years, but a year and a half of maintenance. So I'm not quite 7 years yet living in this truck, but I sent you a Racing Ladies link in email. Yeah, I saw that. Did you see the one that I sent? That car? I thought those little round cars. I thought you were talking about those ones, Barry. Anyway, yeah. Oh, let me clean my lens there. Like, I cleaned the fog, huh? Now you have a business asset. You can say that. I've been thinking of, what to name my, because I'm going to get an LLC. And Monday, because I took the weekend off, and I'm going to have them send me to Minnesota so I can get the paperwork signed and everything. And I can get my titles for the tractor and trailer. I know I'm running late on my taxes, so I might just let go of my trailer for that, and just catch up with my, I'm not selling my truck. I'm not selling this puppy. And, buy a newer trailer. The reason why I kind of want to buy a newer trailer is because I want to put the right kind of fenders I have on this truck, that cover the wheel, because I got these quarter fenders, and when it rains, everything just gets all dirty. So technically you can rub what? But no, I got, what do you call it? To put my LLC out now. And I got my pickup I still have to pay off. And my land. You can run power only now. What do you mean, run power? I don't know what kind of power. Anyway, I'm just tired. Um, it was an easy stop. Today it wasn't bad. It was just kind of took a little longer than I expected. I thought I'd be there by like 12 o'clock. I got there at 2 in what was it, southwestern Chicago. It's a really nice area, really, really nice area. And I was talking with Wilburn O'Brien today. He's looking mighty good with that short beard, like instead of having it all long. And I like he looks really handsome with it short like that. That's my opinion. Not everybody likes what I like, but I think he looks, you know, sophisticated now, I guess. Um, Power only is pulling someone's trailer with your tractor, almost like a lease on deal. Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about. Uh, yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't. I guess I still have a lot to learn, huh? But anyway, I was talking with Brian earlier. He was live, and he was telling me he was trying to get on, and he couldn't get on. I kept. I think it was you, Barry, that kept blocking him or something. I'm just kidding. No, really. No, he was trying to get on, but the buttons or something wasn't working. If he said he was going to get on tonight, I don't know. Uh, I unsubscribed and I subscribed, so hopefully I cleaned everything on my part. I'm not blocking anybody. Uh, there's nobody I'm blocking on YouTube. The only ones I'm blocking are what do you call those? Uh, when they call and they bug the heck out of you, ask if you want to buy stuff. Uh, Telemarketers, yeah. Those are the only ones I block. But how can you block them on YouTube? But I would never block Brian. He's a good man. I know. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Um, yeah, he's a cool. He's awesome. I think everybody should have a Brian. They come in handy. I'm waiting here at at the TA, and somewhere in there they're gonna get me later on. I'm at Iowa 80. Yeah, see, there it is. I'm way up here. There's the truck wash. Can't forget the little Abigail wash right there. And then there's the truck wash. And there's the mechanic. So I'm kind of like at the end of the deal here. Uh, you're right. Now I can harass you about your truck's extended warranty. I am the extended warranty. I'm all used up. But really, this is a big day for me. This is, I'm like excited. I am. I'm really happy today. I mean, wow, right on. Like I don't owe anything on this truck. Nothing. And the money that I make, even because I called the general manager up, right? He's really cool. I called him up and couldn't get a hold of him. Then he called me back. And because he's one of the guys that I've known ever since another company came and bought D&E. Now, so it's a little different kind of ball game in there. But he's, he got promoted to a general manager now. And he's awesome. And he helps me out so much. And I told him, yeah, I got this. And so he's the one that really, really backed me up when I needed help, when things were kind of going crazy, when, the repairs and stuff. So he backed me up, and he says, yeah, now this extra money's can go in your bank account. I'm thinking, yes, yes, I'm proud of you for sticking to the dream and making it happen. But thank you, Barry. Thank you. Barry, I mean, you're one. You've seen me. We've known each other for years. Never met. We've got to meet one of these days. But yeah, I've had a lot of friends, and I've lost a lot of friends, and I've got in arguments, and I've, this and that, and, so you kind of seen me go through some of the rough stages, but I'm still trucking, that's what we do. That's what I do anyway. I'm a truck driver, and I don't wear a tie. But anyway, yeah, I'm just... Later on tonight, I'll probably start crying or something, But it's like when you finally realize you're at the top. So I was at the top and nobody told me. I'm still busting my butt, and and like, why didn't you tell me? I didn't think I was going to pay that $13,000 until like January or March or something. I'm thinking, keep on driving, let's keep on going. I mean, I'm shocked that I paid it off so soon. You can come to Florida. People are looking for you down here. Your picture is posted at the post office. Outlaw Trucker. That's just what I was thinking. They want me over there. I'm on what's his name's? What's that governor name? DeSantis. I'm on his most wanted list. Although I do know English. So he can't nail me for that. And I'm an American, so he can't nail me for that. Yeah, I'm just... Anyway, I don't even know about that ticket. I don't know what happened to it. It like disappeared into thin air. Let's just, don't tell nobody, all right? Just be quiet. There's 6 people in here. I hope, Brian, if you're watching, I hope you can get in. If you can't, talk to Barry, he'll show you the ropes. He's in first place. he's the only one racing, but so that's why he's in first place. Exactly. DeSantis will deport you and feed you to alligators. Well, that's what they were trying to do to Brian today. I told him to eat a Snickers, so at least he can be a little sweet. didn't want to give him that bitter brine taste. But yeah, just this, you know, I didn't realize that when I started to do this, that, you know, I would still be here. You know, I didn't, I didn't even think about that. I didn't think of the long run. I just thought I'm gonna buy me a truck, and just kept on going, kept on going. Oh boy, I kept on going, and Abigail's like, "Geez, I'm so sick of this. I don't even like chicken anymore." Although I gave her some chicken, and she was hungry, so she ate it. Uh, yeah, poor Brian. Apparently, I hear he's eating good. Oh no. Maddie shoots buckets. Yeah, I remember you, Maddie. How are you? And hey, do you remember? Yeah, I remember you, Maddie. I'm just tired. 12,000 coils of steel laters. Here we are. Maybe not coils, but let me see, what can I say? Hold on. I'm thinking. I'm thinking. It might take a little bit, but I'm thinking. When I got this truck, they had just overhauled the engine. It had just over 1,000,000 miles. Right now, it has 3.5 million miles on it. So, yeah, I mean, like, it's not all coils. Like, for goodness, if they were all coils, you'd see me all buff. But yeah, what? I put like 2 million miles in this truck. Easy, easy. In 700, in 7 years, I put like 2 million miles. And this truck is still kicking butt. Oof. Although, even the truck is tired. I need, what I need to do now is, excuse me, I'm still full. What I need to do now is start saving up for that engine and reupholster everything. See, I can go in there and start buying me chrome. But I'm not. I'm going to, like, don't start spending all of a sudden, you know. But let me see. Uh, can I be a mod? I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. You know, we'll see. Keep up. You're in first place. You just came and, just ran Barry off the road. So that's a start. Every time I see a coil load, I think of you. Really? Oh, yeah, don't do that. When I see a coil, I think of steel toilet paper for giants or hard asses. That's what I think. Like, everything, I'm going to go get some steel toilet paper, you know? And they're heavy, too. Those things are heavy, you know? So when I put it on, I mean, my alert just goes, I am like focused. No screwing around now, you know? No playing with the phone, no playing with that radio, you know what? Just, where are you going? And yeah, I don't screw around with coils. Uh, 3,000, 3406 cat isn't a cheap rebuild. I know, that's why I'm thinking, well, I got my pickup, so once I get my LLC, I'm going to register this and my truck, my pickup truck. That's my backup, you know what I mean? To keep me rolling. Oh no, uh, that's a big one. I have never been a mod, and if I got to be one, it would make my day. Well, keep up the good work, okay? Keep up the good work. And um, keep up the good work, Maddie, okay? You'll get there, you'll get there. It took me 7 years to get this thing. Being a moderator isn't all that bad. It's not that hard. And I lived in this truck. I still live in this truck for 7 years already, going on 7 years. So things, if I were to just make you moderator, then, you know, it doesn't, it's not appreciated as much. You know what I mean? Because we have to earn the things, okay? I'm not saying that there won't be one or nothing, but you'll get there. You'll get there. And of course, I remember you, Maddie. And TMC is fairly active around here, but they mostly do tarp stuff. Yeah, yeah, I've seen a lot of TMC. Basically, what are they? Aren't they in Arkansas? I think they're in Arkansas, your state, aren't they? Near Little Rock or something. I don't know. Um, I see them all over the Southwest. I'm not a TNC person though. You know, I think they only have company drivers because I haven't seen a TMC owner operator myself because they would make them keep that truck polished. My truck isn't polished. My truck is right now. My truck is dirty because I had to save the money so I can get this. What do you call it? Tie rod. So like I held off on the wash, bought me some groceries. Now I went to go eat, but I haven't put my tie rod on, so that's it. You know, that's all the money I'm spending. Um, Now you own a truck, so you can change yourself. You can charge yourself rent. No, you charge Abigail. TMC is out of Iowa or something. Only run a. No, they're not in Iowa. They're down south. I always see them south. Joplin. That's where I've seen them. I've seen them in Missouri. Joplin, Missouri. That's one place I've seen them. I don't know if that's their main location. I don't care about TNT. You know, that's just another company to me. But they got it going. You know, they got nice trucks and good for those owners and stuff. This phone keeps messing with me. Really? What is it? What is it doing? Is it like slapping upside the head or something? Look, wow, I look all nice and crisp and clear and stuff. I made it. I can't believe I made it. I can't believe I made it. I'm tired. I'm tired. Yeah. And yeah, you know, I'm happy though. I'm really happy. Let me see. I'm going to do something. Nope. Let me see. Hold on. Okay. There. I took a I took a picture of me. Oh boy, I am so relieved. I'm going to sleep good tonight because um, you know, I go and buy myself land thinking I was even talking to people about putting a log cabin on and doing all this. Then to discover burnt, it's all burnt. I'm like, well, I can't do anything with that for a while. So, that's how it goes. But they might call me any second. I don't know when. Those guys right there, they might call me, and usually when somebody calls me, the phone, this will just go out. I hate when it does that. Not to mention, I'm going to be getting my seats reupholstered. My whole truck reupholstered inside. I really need to get reupholstered. I bought me a really nice stereo. I just haven't put it on because the plugs are different. To hook it up, like, okay, you're looking at this type of plug and that type of plug, and they just don't match. So I'm going to take it back to the guy that I bought it and have him install the whole stereo system, everything, speakers, what do they call those, woofers and stuff? Because I like listening to music. In fact, I was going to start singing a song today, but I thought, no. I ate and I'm too full right now. This phone keeps messing with you. Oh, really? You keep saying that. I just checked Google Home. TMC headquarters is in Des Moines, Iowa. Okay, fine. Be like that. I really don't care about TMC. I'm not gonna be knocking on their door to want to go work with them. In fact, that's one company that I don't work alongside. I work. There's a lot of companies that I work with that are popular. Nova. Uh, there's a bunch of them. Central. What is it? Central Oregon. Some companies like that I work. We're both getting unloaded or unloaded at the same place. But I always see TMC and we don't got the same type, I don't know, I guess. Maverick is out of Little Rock, Arkansas. Haul a bunch of glass. Would like to break it all. Actually, I do. I like taking glass because it behaves. It doesn't break. And it don't break. You can't break it because it won't break. Because the way they put it on, they built the glass, and when they put it on the truck, it's already built in a little specially made crate for that size. And then they put that and then another one and then like a bunch of crates together. And they make one big unit. So you have like about 15 crates. And these crates are probably like about maybe 8 inches wide with a bunch of glass, like 20 pieces of glass in it. And they're like, what, maybe 4 by 8 or 4 by 12 or however long or tall. But then, but they're in a little crate. And then they put that crate next to another crate, next to another crate, next to, until they get them all. They band them all together. Then they nail them on my truck to the bed. And then I strap them. So they're easy. I like glass. But like Maverick, I've taken, what do you call those? Granite stones. I've taken all kinds of stuff. But yeah. I'm just happy. I should be really jumping for joy, but I'm full and I'm tired. But I'm like, that's why I got my Peterbilt hat on. And they gave me this hat at the Peterbilt. I just saw it. Where was I? I just seen it just today. I drove by it. I don't know, somewhere that way. Okay. And I will just be a reefer person, deliver groceries, feed people. You don't want to be a reefer person. You don't want to be a reefer person. I did that for 8 years. Never again. I'll never drive a reefer. I'll never pull a reefer because they run you day and night. It doesn't matter. And they take forever to load you. And then once you're loaded, by the time they give you the load, they made the appointment as to when you deliver. But your load isn't even complete in the warehouse yet. Sometimes it hasn't even gotten to the warehouse from the shippers that bring your load so that the loaders in the warehouse can put it together and then load it on your truck. You're waiting like 10, 15 hours, and with that 10, 15 hours, you're supposed to be driving across country. So you're just losing time. And they wouldn't change the appointment. Like, well, you're supposed to be there, you got the load on Monday, you're supposed to be there by Thursday. Sheesh, and you're still in like passing Colorado on Wednesday and you still got to go to New Jersey. Then once you get there, they're all pissed off at you because you're late. And then they make you sit there and wait for 10 to 12 hours just to get unloaded. And then when you do get unloaded, sometimes it's at night. You can't find no place to park. So you're driving who knows where, who knows in any direction, just looking for a place to park. Because after that, then they're going to give you another load and you're going to have to backtrack yourself. And it's just like no more reefer for me. Not to mention you got to babysit that reefer machine. And if it goes out, then and it runs out of fuel, you are seriously, you are with a little tiny thing. It's like a little puncture thing and you're over there. Because you're trying to pump fuel into the pump. And it's only like what that much, or you're like, for like about half an hour. Screw that. I'm not doing that stuff. Those reefers, they love it. Like, good. You keep that kind of work. Stay away from me. Hold on. I'm going to turn on. See, look. This guy right here, look. That's a reefer right there. Heck no. Heck no. Not to mention all the places you go. Sometimes to the meat packing places. I remember going to where it was Cargill. somewhere, I think it was in Oklahoma or something. You're going, and I'm literally driving around dead cows. There's like 3 or 4 dead cows in your path, and they're all bloated up like a balloon, and you're driving around them. Like, that's when I thought, you know what? I gotta get out of this. Like, this job, it's just, not for me. And come on now, you know what you want to hold. There's 5 pounds of ice cream. Oh, heck no, no ice cream for me. Not that. I ain't hauling that kind of ice cream. When I got, if that reefer goes out, then I got to tell you a story. I'll tell you a story in a second. Hey, Cards, how's it going there, Cards? Did you reefer and all your ice cream melted? Little quick story. I had a load from LA to Tacoma, Washington for Costco. I get there, Costco turned down my load because it was a degree and a half off. It was supposed to be like a, 1.6 cooler than what, so they turned it down. I'm thinking, you're kidding me. Frozen, if it's frozen, it's frozen. Oh, but it was a 1.5 degree off. So they turned the load down. And you know what it was? Frozen dinners and frozen pizzas. And, frustrating. They're frustrating. And, okay, Uncle Herschel at Cracker Barrel says he has an extra chair unsigned for you. Well, okay, let me tell you this one reefer story. I still remember. I'm sitting in Terrell, Texas, and as a TA there, getting my truck fixed. I'm sitting in the waiting room. I was a company driver. That's when I was driving a reefer. Well, this one guy, I was talking to him. We were sitting in the 2 or 3 people were in the waiting room. And this one guy says, I used to be an owner-operator. I used to have, a bunch of trucks, but I sold them all, or I lost them all, and whatever I could, I sold. And I told him, well, what happened? Oh, you're gonna get this. Nothing happens in Texas. So this is going to be tragic. Actually, it wasn't in Texas, though. It was I met him in Texas, but he was a company driver. But this dude, I felt sorry for this guy. I mean, like, oh my God. He hired this one driver, and he had a few drivers, right? But this one driver that he had hired had an attitude or something. He's up there near New Hampshire. Yeah, it was New Hampshire. And, he got in an argument with the driver and him and stuff, right? Something happened. I don't know what happened. Well, the driver, he quit. And they couldn't find the truck anywhere or the trailer. They couldn't find it. So the owner, he reported it stolen. Well, that's Grand Theft Auto there. So they, like about 2 or 3 weeks later, they found it in Pennsylvania, the tractor, and they found it in an empty lot, and it was all vandalized and everything. And then, well, where's the trailer? They couldn't find the trailer. 3 months later, 3 months later, you're gonna freak. They found this trailer somewhere in Maine or New Hampshire or somewhere up in the far east coast, and it was this trailer parked basically like this little station, kind of up against the hill. And the neighbors started complaining because there was this odor coming from it, and they couldn't figure it out. They finally realized it's that trailer that stinks. Well, when they called the police, yep, there's a trailer. They, they tracked it, so they called this guy up. We found your trailer. He says, oh, good. And where is it? He goes, well, this is going to cost you because we had to get the hazmat crew to come and clean it out. It had a full load of meat sitting in there, and this was in the summertime, sitting in there for 3 months. So when they opened that thing, oh boy, that probably stunk up the whole East Coast. I mean, like, so, they had to, like, get the hazmat people. Talk about Mike Rowe and the dirty jobs, huh? Oh, like, my God. And guess who got the bill for that one? They sued that guy big time. The station sued that guy, the county. I mean, and that driver that left it, who knows what happened to him. But that owner, he lost everything. He thought, you know what? Like, I can't do this. And I thought to myself, oh my God, that talk about a story, you know, something gone wrong there. Like, whoo. And he says, I'll never be an owner operator again. I don't think it's because he wanted to. I don't think he couldn't. He couldn't be an owner operator anymore because not after that. Like, oh my God. See, because you're dealing with food, and some guy has a bad attitude like that, they can really screw you over. And that's what that guy did, big time. I thought to myself, oh, sheesh. Um, that driver career is now over. I'm sure he is probably still in prison. I don't know what happened to the dude. I don't know what happened to the guy. He didn't tell me, but he told me about that trailer. Not to mention, once they even cleaned that out, you can't get that stink out. That reefer. You can't get it out. That trailer is totaled, you know. And he had some really nice equipment. The tractor, the driver just, screwed it all up. So I don't, maybe the insurance covered for the tractor, but the trailer was gone. And that's what, like, and I used to deal with that stuff. I kind of know the smell, like, because that's why you always got to know where these truck washers are for a washout. Because once you deliver a load of meat, you got to go straight to the truck wash and wash it out. And you can't just sit around, especially in the summer, for a day or so, or just keep the freezer on to keep it all frozen and then wash it out. You know, that's what I used to do. I used to just keep it on until I washed it out, even if it was empty. And I didn't care about the fuel; it wasn't mine. But uh, that, yeah, that driver's probably in prison. And let me see, cards. Um, wonder how many maggots were jumping around in there. I mean, can you imagine that stuff? That thing is like, that trailer was toxic. I mean, enough to smell, to stink up the neighborhood. You could feel it. That owner, he lost business because people stopped coming to his station because it stunk. And, it's like, what the heck is stinking? Like, how come nobody's coming around anymore? like, like, take a whiff, buddy. Like, whoa. Those things happen more often than you think, though. you know, I hope not. I really hope not. Because, and the guy that I met, was told me, you could tell he didn't make the story up. It wasn't, a fairy tale kind of. Uh, he was like, he looked at because there was another guy that was a reefer driver, and I was a reefer driver. And like he was driving, what did he have? I don't remember, because I just remember saw his tractor in there. So I don't know what type of trailer. But ouch. That's why I like my flatbed. Like you showed me that picture of all that junk on the trailer. I'll take that any day over a reefer. Any day. I'll strap, I'll put 25 straps on that thing. I don't care. You know, once it's on the trailer, it's strapped down. But in the reefer, I'm not even touching that stuff no more. Abandoned equipment and loads, the market is different. Yeah, well, like now, I think, because I noticed that right away with my trailer. See, they got a GPS on my trailer, not the tractor, but they got it on my trailer. And it's like right on top of the trailer in front, in the center. Like kind of like where that light is right there. Except, I don't know, you can see in front of the trailer. Okay, like this one right here. See, like that guy right there? Where you see that black dot right there? Except mine is right at the corner, at the very top. And that's a GPS tracker. That's a GPS tracker that I have. And yeah, trucker stories, I tell you, I got plenty of them. But now I got the best story right now though. Because 7 years living in this truck straight, and this puppy is mine. And at times, people, a lot of people, would tell me, that thing eats a lot of fuel, huh? And like, yeah, but it has a lot of power, And yeah, this ain't no Toyota kind of truck, it's has, how can I say it? It's hungry. It's always thirsty for something. Yeah, they know you are an outlaw. They gonna keep track of you and Abigail. No, that's for insurance reasons though. That's because when like some of these customers that I go to, they want to put you on that what is that, macro or TQL or something. And this, I like it because this keeps the brokers from calling me. And, all the broker has to do is call the dispatch or call anybody at D&E, tell them, yeah, got driver, her name is Dodi, and truck number 123, and, what's my ETA for my shipment, and they'll just pop it up on the computer. Oh, she's passing by in front of our place right now, it's whatever, you know what I mean? So yeah, they know, and so really I can't tell them that if I'm running late or something, they know I'm running late because they have a tracker on me. But it keeps me from being bugged by brokers, I don't like talking to brokers much. I'm not uh, like, leave me alone. Just let me do my job. You already get your more than a fair share. Leave me alone, you know. Anyway, Dodi sold your stuff to Mexican cartel, my friend. Sorry, dude. Yeah, really, yeah. Thing is about my trailer though. I gotta get a lock because um, you can get in. You know what I mean? But I'm not down south, and there's no more immigrants like there used to be. But when they were running loose, wild, and fancy foot, and who knows where all over the place,